And we're back into the action. First round kicking off between Espionage and Nemiga in this third deciding map. Each team taking their map pick.
Yeah, let's see it then. What have Nemiga got in store? Flashbang being set up for Banana, but already can't. It's taking pretty deep space. In fact, make it risky, Bob. Numbers a bit confused on the HUD, but we'll make it work. For Quez. Again, spotting in towards second mid. Will get the jump on these players. Lucky can just go on the contact, and he finds it. However, Flamus has also dealt with Quez, so an even trade.
Yeah, Flamus' forward position into the apartment just set him up to get that kill immediately. It was necessary for Lucky to find his. Smoke dropped on B by the CTs. And they're bringing extra players over here, so it's a gamble, but in the wrong direction. This is going to be all but impossible for this sole defender to hold. If that is Lucky. Oh no, Iceberg, sorry, tucked in under quad. He might only have a single player to contend with, so maybe it's not so bad. If he can get that kill, fall back, there's a real chance here. Flash comes over. He knows the play that's coming through. He's allowed this space, and he wants to find this fight onto the mid player, but he gets away. Rotations come through, and Iceberg finds Risky Bob. That's the bomb. Dropped in pit. Great HE onto the smoke. Gives him the line to find Leah. And despite walking into the empty bomb site, just a single player here defending. Nemiga are struggling to find the space. Kill comes through, but time an issue being planted, but it's going to be denied. Run down by Dilberettas.
Yeah, well done. There from Espionage. Really good play there. The fact that it's the decision-making of Iceberg to take the fight in towards middle, to be really awkward for Nemiga. They had the bomb site for so long, and they just could never plant it. And a shout-out as well to the CT side for blowing open that smoke at long and just taking the fights. It was really just expertly handled by the CT side. They never really felt the pressure. They gambled on the wrong bomb site. It doesn't matter. They retake with ease, so much so that the bomb can't even be punched in. No money in addition for Nemiga. They have to be on the Glocks. There's a singular flashbang in this round, and Espionage finally convert a pistol.
And they left just built up nice and cleanly. Nemiga did some work with Glocks earlier. Got the 3K with them on Nuke, so there's certainly a possibility that they could do something here. A single flashbang isn't the greatest tool to enable it. Over to A they go. 3 defenders are going to be present.
Yeah, just a patience game right now for Espionage, just waiting for the hit to come in. Singular flashbang yet again is very reminiscent of that pistol. Out they go in towards the pit, and it's the same outcome. Espionage just mowing every single one of these players down. Risky Bob, last player standing. 2 kills already been gathered by the SMGs. Make it free. A lot of money, and more importantly as well, Quez gets off the ground immediately in this third map. When Espionage need him most, he's arrived.
It got a little scary when that fight towards Tommy was coming through and the MP9 runs out of bullets. Glock's doing some damage, but nobody falls. And now you get the bonus round for Espionage. The 2 M4s. Yeah, going up against 5 AKs. So expect to see these MP9s potentially getting active, maybe getting into some cheeky little corners. Quez, yeah, is going to go up into the apartments. He's going deep. He's on a mission.
Okay. I don't mind it. Would he be spotted? Would he be held by Flamus? Looks like it. Yeah, okay. So at least that's confirmed info for Espionage. These guys are still playing incredibly passively. They're grouping in towards second mid. Another player has made its way in towards apartments. Flamus now to be tested by the M4, and Cabby wins out the engagement and can now just retreat.
Yeah, it was needed. I like the idea from Quez. I think he was spotted as he crossed through apartments, so Flamus is ready for it. Iceberg is the sole player over here jump spotting. And he got a bit of info. He's going to fall back. Oh, he's dropped the smoke. They're coming. And his second smoke, I don't think he can retrieve it. He's going to spam through and get up on high. Santa finds Cabby. And another rotation to B. A is undefended.
Well, Lucky sprinted over, and it looks like Nemiga want to end A. They think they've done enough. They think they've brought a rotation over, and they have. Lucky can just tuck himself in towards the corner. And MistR's still not sure whether it's B or whether it's A. I mean, they'll hear the smokes now. Lucky will communicate that over. It will be this commitment yet again on towards the first letter of the alphabet. Lucky tucked in. Surely will be cleared and dealt with by Lip. A 4-on-2. It is a bonus. However, at the end of the day, you still got an M4, so you're probably just saving this.
Yeah, Lucky would have needed a double there. That's unfortunate that Cabby goes down. Gives that pathway through. This was just the bonus round, so it was the 3 MP9s. It's never going to favor Espionage. Did feel like maybe there was a chance there and Cabby gets that kill back. They've got players in position, but they really bit down on this B attack. And I think, again, it kind of leans back into that conversation about Iceberg being given a lot of responsibility over towards B. And the timing wasn't great for him then. I think his jump spot, he didn't spot anyone. And it was as they were at basically half full. So he falls back, gets his smoke down and stays alive, which is fine. But I mean, he didn't have his second smoke. And then he hears the players just on the outside of his smoke. He's starting to panic. It's causing rotations to come on over. If he'd been able to actually get the information, drop the smoke close, pick up the second smoke and fall back, he could have kept them at base solo longer and allowed more players to focus on A. But Nemiga exploit that weakness perfectly.
I mean, that's the key thing. The fact that his smoke was basically in the middle of where he dropped his first smoke, so he couldn't really hold on. That's the difficulty. But Nemiga was still doing really well because they dealt with not only one aggression in towards second mid, but a second, and all the nades just land on top of Iceberg's head. This time, he can't defend whatsoever. It's MistR that's going to have to hold solo for now. Because yet again, Espionage, they're learning. They're not immediately going to rotate players over. They understand that Nemiga, this might not be the final destination. However, with these players all grouping, it certainly feels like it. 4 players about to run over. Flashbang, it's good, but it's dodged.
Yeah, common pop flash. Heard as it bounces through. There's the meta smoke. See it blooming high. Bomb planted. That's 2.
Round done, all off the back of HEs being stacked in towards the top by the Fallen boost.
That's classic Inferno, isn't it?
Yeah, it's literally just 2 kills. Okay, that's the round over. Espionage have to save. Yet again, if you take a look at their money, it's completely drained. They have got limited resources coming into this retake in the first place. They're down 2 players. There's no kit. There's no hope. So fair enough. And this is the most save-centric map we've got in CS2, and it feels like CS2 is a bit save-adverse at times. It feels like you have to go for a lot more of these retakes. You have to go and put your life on the line a lot more because of MR12. However, I've seen Espionage fall back into familiar habits.
I definitely can't blame them for the save there. 3 M4 stay alive. And you can maybe make a case for the buy here, right? They're not going to. 2k each, yeah, you'll have a full buy into next. Given you've just lost 2 in a row, that bonus is building up. So now these M4s have to do a lot of work. And they're going all to A. So B is just going to be a couple of pistols and a couple of smokes. So they're just playing the delay game.
Everyone's going 3 maps as well in the second round of the closed bracket, bar Amcal. Sforza Bet Boom get there as well. Flammers finds Lucky. Suddenly Nemiga, well, they get there at the top of Banana. They are all here and ready to execute once more. And it's just pistols here on B.
They're hearing it too. Spam comes through from the PG-50. And now smoke is being ready to drop. Comes down just as the T1 comes over as well. Just going to delay them slightly, and Quest is going to make his way over. He's got another smoke too. And we can see Cavi's forward position in apartments. He'll know if they come back. So Espionage have all the information. But a lot of this relies on this sole rifle in Quest.
There's another smoke, and there's another one back in response. We are just waiting here. I feel like Nemiga, look, you've got no control in towards middle. You've really committed yourself to this banana play. You have to end here. And you've got more than enough smokes just to keep recycling. You know the money is not great here for Espionage. There's another one. A final smoke comes in towards Coffins. They are coming in right now. This flashbang has to find success. And it does. But unfortunately for Iceberg, Xanta finds his head with the AK.
Quest needed the double. He gets the second kill, and there's something to write home about. You would have loved to have had Cavi on B, but he was playing such a pivotal role in the information game that he needed to stay where he was. And he can't get away. So Nemiga, patient. They never get deterred from their gameplay, as you mentioned. They had no space elsewhere anyway, so they were kind of committed to it. They knew that there was a P250 firing off. Decided to stick to their guns and prevail.
It's one of those as well where it's been 5 rounds of gameplay in this map, but it's also just been 2 maps where, you know, on the T side, Nemiga are going to be incredibly patient, and at any moment they'll just change their game plan and go to the other bomb site. So Cavi never really feels comfortable actually just going for the full gamble. And it is a shame, because you're right, he would have been incredibly valuable. Being that second rifler. Aggression in towards Banana. Profits for MistR, but Iceberg kind of gets stuck on him. It's nearly a complete catastrophe. Instead, it's just a kill, a trade each, and a lot of damage.
I don't think, at least the damage is unconfirmed onto Iceberg. And he keeps a lot of utility. Having a Molotov at this stage is quite powerful. Particularly with the smoke still in play over here. Ooh, a flashbang being set up. Deep smoke. Flashbang on over. Lucky getting a bit of control. Shows the Molotov, but it didn't quite connect. Gonna try it again. This time, as a pairing. Flames ahead. Lucky spraying and somehow gets that kill. Traded though. And now it is Iceberg with little HP alone in the site.
Oh, and Khan's just found him. So now he can smoke, he can go, and you can see that Flamus is just going to be lurking. Quez has to clear, and he will manage that. So it's a 2 versus 2. There's definitely opportunities here for the CT side to go for this, because the bomb is only now going down. Sure, they don't have kits, but at least they've got a smoke.
I think there is one on the site. I think we just see it right there in front of us. So very retrievable. Coming from different directions. Cavi in the smoke. Oh, Khan just sitting on the other side. A wall between them. Time ticking. This smoke is basically well in the round. Yeah, I think if that smoke hadn't landed there, they hadn't picked that one up, Espionage would have been enticed to have given this a deeper look in. Now Cavi's just trying to stay alive, and he's not going to be allowed that either.
Yeah, that's a really good post plan from Nemiga. Just the fact that you can throw that smoke deep to allow Khan just to tuck into that corner. And where Espionage is split, if they were both through CT, there'd be an argument for them just running through the smoke and just trying to hit the trade, because you know the kit's on site. But because it's taken an enormous amount of time to rotate through Banana, because that smoke is so deep in CT, there are additional angles that you have to clear, and then you don't feel as confident. 1 rifle saved is the best that Espionage will get. Apart from that, it is just completely pistols, and Nemiga can just carve their way to a 5th round here, looking incredibly dominant on this T side. And we complimented Espionage and said that their CT looked pretty good. It is currently faltering to the attack of Nemiga.
Yeah, it's been unfortunate. It's just been this B site being punished time and time again. And Nemiga are playing some very good Inferno. Poking, prodding. This round it's going to be these pistols, stacking B. Cavi might come over, and why not? You may as well just stack a site. It's going to be the wrong one, but you may as well.
It's wild they've just left that. I guess they got the opening kill on Quez and they thought, okay, well, I guess we go A instead. They're expecting a lot of resistance. The smoke had been thrown in the previous round where Espionage has saved rifles 3 times in towards CTB. So Nemiga, they just brush it off. They go, okay, well, we want nothing more to do with that, actually. We'll take the space out long together as a unit. We'll make sure that our trade spacing is efficient, and it is there. They've still got to clear pit. They've still got to clear the bomb site, but with players in apartments as well, this becomes a lot easier. 20 seconds means they've got plenty of time to do it. It should just be the lock-in from here, and Risky Bob's also just trying to lock it down from the bottom of second mid, trying to just cut off these CTs as they run into spawn.
Yeah, not really any need to hunt, but I suppose Nemiga have so much money that if you can find these armored players, it's going to hurt them a little bit. If you find Cabby, it'll hurt the most, but I don't think he's to be found. It does hurt a little bit more if you give AKs over. Got such a good start to your side. You don't want to start giving Espionage away in.
Yeah, maybe don't do that. Probably not the ideal solution. Oh, you're struggling a little bit? Here's an AK. Even it's a Lucky as well, who can just drop it over and pick up an AWP. I'm really hoping we see that as well. Iceberg? Was heard. NT.
3 players on the other side of the door. He just wanted to come on through. A door knocker. Coming to sell his wares. The wares were bullets, so I can understand why the homeowners weren't interested. But there's that AWP, Brandon. And a pause from Espionage.
Interestingly enough, the game plan from Nemiga is working so well that Khan doesn't really feel the need to buy a sniper. He's just going to keep the AK. Going to reinvest himself with that weapon. And I want to see Lucky just getting dynamic. Looking at the pack of blobs in CT spawn, his number really isn't jumping out to me with a good spawn unless he's the far right one. No, he's at the back. That's a shame. Because he could have gone for an early peek. We saw him hold second mid before in the game against Fours, and then he just kept repositioning himself to find these angles in the mid round. But he's going to go and help B, which, to be honest, has been a weakness all half long.
Early on, though, not much going on, so he's going to make his way back over. He's just supporting with a bit of utility early on. Now he can press up towards long. Fires off the shot, so lets them know the AWP is in play. And the Nemiga have been so B-focused. This round, they have decided to commit more resources over to A early. I do like the change up. That smoke has not landed where they wanted it to, though.
Yeah, it doesn't feel the most comfortable, but Flamus on a timing has dealt with Lucky. So maybe it is by design. Hey, look, you can try and get an opportunity through this smoke. Just kidding. We're in apartments.
That sucks for Lucky. Just gets the AWP out and doesn't even get to shoot it. Maybe he'll get an opportunity next round if his teammates can hold. But low HP is Quez. He's getting run down by Glock. In fact, Khan is trying to find him, but it's Xanta over the top. Good bit of time wasted. Gave Iceberg an opportunity to find 1 kill. Knows where both these players are. There's a world where he can clutch this one out. The flashbang is good. The swing. Oh, almost adjusting. Kang was so low. There was a world where Iceberg could have pulled that one off, but not to be. As Nemiga continue this T-side run.
I'll be honest, that's a very winnable retake. And again, it's an example of potentially the inexperience shown from Nemiga, where they're such a young team. They're trying to close the game. They're so patient in all aspects of their game, and yet when it comes to the final kill, they're rushing it quite a lot. And that is presenting Espionage opportunities to work their way back into these rounds. A 1 versus 3 looked difficult, but definitely doable. However, doesn't quite pan out that way. Lucky will still be using this AWP, and will still start over by B. MistR on a FAMAS has just dropped all his util off, and now he's heading towards A.
Second chance to use it. This time, might well be in the right position. Utility suggesting players are imminent.
Good molly.
Flashbang's bad and Lucky able to capitalize. The kill comes through as they swing in unison. Drop a smoke forward. Nemiga had kept scaling. B was empty, in fact, but now Lucky's gonna hunker on through Iceberg in the smoke. Just be a little careful. It does deal some damage to Khan. Again, Nemiga are kind of locked into B. Committed everyone here. No lurk presence over towards A to enable a reroute elsewhere. So they're gonna stick to their guns.
Yeah, they're boosting for the mollies as well, so one goes in towards Dark, which will upset Lucky. He's burning alive, he's trying to cross, and will still manage to find a kill, and Iceberg has just mowed down all three of them. How on earth has he done that? He's just walked through the smoke and just got rid of all of them. They were so persistent in dealing with Lucky. The mollies had landed, they could hear him burning, all the crosshairs are focused on the bomb site, but they should be looking at CT.
Yeah, it was Lucky's distraction is AWP inside. They just want to deal with it, want to flush him out. The mollies are putting pressure on. They know that they can find this fight onto him, and Iceberg perfectly timed at his little swing through that smoke. Lovely triple kill. Espionage. Get a third. I mean, it's still a lot for them to do. And finally, a bit of presence being shown deep in Banana. MistR has to swap to the USP and is eventually run down. But Khan's low, and the rotation is there.
Honestly, it all hinges on how much Flammus can find in apps. Here's the smoke that's been deployed at the end of balcony. Knows that Espionage are going to have to lean 2-1. In some area. It's going to be A. This is the wrong call for Nemiga. The more heavily defended site is here for Espionage, and they've set themselves up in a pretty decent crossfire. Quez can even take second contact here. Cabby can be the first point of contact.
Cabby's got to be carefully he's not exposed. I think he should be okay, but if they come quickly past Quez, could be under threat. Now he has to do it all. Oh, and he's done it. 2. And Khan has 2 HP. Lucky is very removed. Do they know how low Khan is? That's the question. It's been so long since that fight in towards Banana. I don't think that information can be confirmed. He's sitting in a smoke. Lucky walks past him. He's wondering where this player has got to. Smoke in a kit. So a world where he could just defuse it with the AWP, you don't doubt that that's running through his mind. But Khan plays it to perfection despite the heroics from Cabby, the double kill onto the 2 full HP players outplayed through the smoke.
That's actually a really nice setup there from Espionage. I thought Cabby was going to be kind of caught, but the way the wall is, Quez is actually on a really nice off angle, and he's always going to be taking first contact there, which means that Cabby can just focus on long, but my goodness me, the fact that Khan has got 2 HP, the only play he can really make is just to hide in plain sight. Lucky goes through the smoke, so too does Khan. He earns Nemiga a 7th round on their T side. Feels unheard of. Lucky will finally get revenge, albeit 1 round later.
Yeah, that's the position he was fighting so commonly against fours and finding success. So I was surprised not to see him start there early on when he got the AWP out in one of the previous rounds, but he's going to find that kill here. But 7 already feels like well enough for Nemiga. This is such a tough map for the T side. They're not really sweating at all.
And they want to go B again. They want to go back to what has worked previously in this half. Flammus has always been this lurk in towards Boiler, in towards Balcony. Flashbang pushes MistR back. Forces the smoke out of Iceberg. They can wait this out, Nemiga. But they might not even be waiting it out for B. They might be heading towards A, especially with the bomb making its way, but that's potentially just to drop a little bit of utility as a fake.
Little smoke comes through though. That's going to slow things down even further. And it's going to be B. 2 players here. Oh, that's unfortunate. Maybe an unforced error. No need to fight through that, but I think the smoke was making them feel worried. Lucky's not going to spot anything long, and now the execute comes through. That incendiary is perfect. Mr. Swing gets one, and it's just a sole defender. Iceberg, 10 seconds. He just needs to slow them down. He finds a kill, almost 2. But they are able to get the bomb down. Lucky catches Flammers on the smoke fade, and it's all in the Xanta. Such low HP. Walks around into ruins. He's found a bit of a gap here, but they're going to be aware of it. They know the bomb was planted, and this can just be held. Lucky's not revealed. Quest taps the bomb, and Xanta is found.
Again, well played execute. Sorry, retake from Espionage. They've done enough on the delay. Lucky never allows an opportunity for him to be taken in a one-on-one fight. Just holds the smoke fade. He's already been burned by that one before. That nearly happened again, but not this time. Espionage get it over the line. He waits for the banana retake. And the first point of contact, well, it's always going to be on the rifler. Doesn't give an opportunity for Lucky to miss that shot. He is just trained in, locked on that angle. A necessary fourth. Sure, Nemiga has still got all the money in the world. Espionage are going to have to do it the hard way, but they give themselves a chance to make this half 7-5.
You feel like that's absolutely necessary. Flames forward into the apartments. Nemiga feeling confident taking that space. Lucky's not spotting anything out. Whiskey Bob's ahead of the smoke. He's not really been necessary. I was praising him how much impact he's been having across this series, but kind of just been quietly present in most of these rounds. Again, B being tested. Iceberg is left alone. Espionage continue to prioritize A despite Nemiga almost never going there.
What a nade. Still lurking. Still waiting for an opportunity. Might be given one. Flamis is now taking contact. That has to be the go signal now for Nemiga. They've got to start activating into this bomb site. Because at some point, you're going to be pinched from mid to banana.
There's that flashbang. Iceberg burning, but doesn't matter. He swings out, gets one before he's traded. More than you could have hoped for in that position. Bomb comes through, will be planted, but there's a quick flank up the banana. 5 on the plate for Espionage as the flank comes through. Lear is brought down incredibly low and they're locked in. Backside, Lucky plucks one through. Xanta still has something to say though. He gets a kill back but can't get any more done. So Lucky, with that defuse, is going to set Espionage up for 5 at the break.
7-5 here for Nemiga, as they have the slight advantage over Espionage. One half of Counter-Strike to decide it all. Who continues in the upper bracket and who gets demoted to the lower? Neither team being eliminated. And to be honest, with the performances, neither team really deserving to drop down to the lower bracket at the moment.
Yeah, very close. But Nemiga were able to punish Espionage's setup on the CT side, where it felt like it was a little bit rigid. Very quick to adapt to the way the T side was unfolding, and it's put them on the back foot now, and they have to do it on the attack. Cabby spots out one. Gotta love that kill. That would have been an open pathway to B, and despite this pressure, Nemiga have yet to budge.
Yeah, they're not moving whatsoever. It's actually Khan that gets dinked towards top mid. Smoke's now about to be lined up. They've got a lot of mollies as well here, Espionage. They are leaving no stone unturned. Smoking for the boost. Now actually lands quite deep, which gives them a little bit of room to work with as well. I like it.
It's going to be 4 players coming up banana. So Iceberg, he is going to be there, ready to hold for them. But note, there is a kit, there is a smoke, there's an incendiary, there's a flashbang. Xander is loaded up with the goodies. Sees to unload his bag in the right way, and Iceberg, well, he unloads a few bullets into the heads of Flammers and Risky Bomb. Bob.
It's not a risky bomb, it's fine.
No, it's not. It's fine. It's completely fine. Here comes that utility. Smoke, Molotov, and Lear in CT. MistR is aware of it. Here's the shots firing out, and the crossfire is fantastic from the T's. They cannot even get the retake started.
Yeah, we were praising a lot the retake from Espionage, but as a counter, you're also going to need your afterplants to be looking incredibly strong. And that's what it felt like. I was very impressed with how they handled that. The fact that Iceberg is still providing impact, had a very slow start to this map, but it was really coming to his element. And we said, look, if Espionage want to win this game, it's got to be consistency. It's got to be every single player stepping up. And they really have done that. And you can see kill distribution incredibly even across the board for this T side. Full eco out of Nemiga. Espionage can level things up.
Got a bit of a stacker over towards B side. A couple of HEs and a flashbangs. They can pounce on some wounded players, perhaps. Flashbang. Flashbang. From Risky Bob. Ready to go. Smoke comes through. Iceberg can just head on in and find out what's going on. As soon as he gets whiff that there's a stack in play, the rest of the team can pounce onto A, but he's actually not spotting anything. And that's a cause for concern. Okay, now he's spotted things. But they've already started to come back here. Oh. Okay,
No,
back
this
the
is
other
a
way.
good call. This is a fine call. I don't hate the fact that he just jumped through the smoke there. He was suspicious. He was like, this is too quiet. So by committing his life, sure, you've given over a Mac 10. Ultimately, who cares? Because now Espionage have got the full bomb site that is completely empty. You've now got all the Galils and the AKs at your disposal. And Nemiga, if you want to save, great, go for it. You can have a Mac 10. We don't care.
It's going to play to contain, make sure they can't exit. I think your Espionage are thinking, okay, well, they're all going to be over towards the CT side because we've come through A for free. We came through mid for free. That's the only place they could be. So they're going to walk into this double setup under balcony. But they are being thorough. So not going to lose any further players. As long as Cabby gets clear of the bomb site, which he shall. Espionage will tie things up.
Yeah, they're playing it like they have done kind of all day. Just making sure they're in packs, making sure they can't be traded pretty easily. Trying to address each buy with the same level of respect as well. They know that that was USP round from Nemiga, so now it's going to be the full gun round. You're not really playing with a bonus. You future-proofed your buy by investing all the Galils and the AKs. So they can compete early. They don't have to concede kind of any ground off the back of, oh, that was only Mac 10s, it's fine. No, they are armed, loaded, and ready to go.
Great utility damage on the iceberg, but he finds the kill. That's sharp. Sand had no opportunity to fight back there. And that's full banana control taken, and now losing your lurk player, you feel like you gotta commit. I think you gotta commit with pace.
Yeah.
They realize it as well. Counter utility, but it's just this MP9 on site. Trying to delay as much as possible. There's a gap in that smoke and it's being exploited. Iceberg continues, but support is here from Khan, but only for a moment. Cabby's bloodthirsty, even takes one of his teammates down. It's going to allow that bomb to come through. He is very low.
Oh, no.
Oh, and so is Lucky. That's so
Unlucky. Yeah.
Yeah. Ugh.
This is very winnable. Incredibly winnable right now for Nemiga. They have to win out their one-on-ones. Lucky tucked in and will get the best of Flammers. And Risky Bob, who's been fantastic all series long, has had an absolute stinker so far in Inferno. Looking to amend that here. Trying to isolate the fight, but Cabby takes his head clean off his shoulders. 44 HP combined. Doesn't matter for Espionage. They went out the 2-on-2.
Yeah, and Cabby with technically 4 kills in the round, but 3 hugely impactful ones as they enter the bomb site. And that was the right call. We kind of highlighted as it was happening, but as soon as you lose that lurk player, you've just got the opening on B. You've got that space in banana. You just got to hit. You've got to take it by force, because if you allow them to lock down B, you've got nowhere to go. So well handled by Espionage. The right call at the right time. Puts them in the lead. They're going to extend it further. Most likely, the HEs actually do quite a chunk of damage early on. Getting a kill and Lucky almost brought down.
I like the ambition there for Flammers. Just trying to take a page out of Quez's book, actually, and just pushing all the way through into T-Apps. And it's not quite worked out that way. Risky Bob tries to slide in and take his place. And Espionage, well, they're taking a leaf out of Nemiga's book. They are completely slowing things down. Risky Bob's hit a timing. Oh, this is Counter-Strike. However, he's only got a CZ and he's only got 30 health. Shouldn't be achieving anything really here.
There's a good chance he gets his kill on Quez, just because Quez is looking a bit... Nope.
NT.
NT. Now you are walking into the only 2 remaining players. The 4-on-2, and it's just a 5-7 and a P250. Okay. Smoke blown. Fighting on through. Yeah, I think you just go to A now.
Yeah, you've heard the flash. You've seen someone run through the smoke. You know that they're both there. So you can just reset and rotate without having to clear too many of these angles. You should have a good understanding that no one's home. We'll make it into the bomb site as the smoke comes up. So playing safe, playing careful. Espionage on their way to etch a 9th round on the board here. And Nemiga, the defense so far, it's been pretty flat.
We'll finally get to see them give it another shot next round. Khan should have enough money for the AWP as well. And we know that Espionage don't normally prioritize it on the T side. They have the option to if they want to into the next round, because Lucky's got plenty of money. He can drop his AK to MistR. I don't think he will, just because of how they've been playing these T sides so far. But if he wants to, the option is there. But Khan will definitely have one out.
Yeah, I'd like Lucky too, but we'll see. Espionage 4 rounds away from closing out this game. Winning, potentially, Inferno twice in one day, a map that they don't really play all that often. For Nemiga, it's incredibly uncharted territory. Lucky keeps the AK, drops one over to a friend. And there is that ult for Khan, so we'll see how dynamic he is. Was pretty dynamic on Nuke. Interesting to see what he's like on Inferno.
Well, over towards B is where he's currently lying in wait, I think. Yep. Through mid, they go, just bursting through the smoke. Leah finds the kill onto Iceberg. Cabby's scaling is really fast, but I think they should know that he can wrap very quickly. See, defensive smoke has to be dropped. Espionage putting pace onto it when they've played so slowly in a lot of their T rounds, and it's working out for them so far. That kill was necessary, and that's given them A.
I really like that. You've got Cabby applying a lot of pressure and a squeeze over at long to the point where Espionage, it feels like they have to go off the back of it because otherwise his position, his timing, it's completely wasted. So they don't slow down, they don't pause, they don't let this one guy go in solo. They all crunch, they lead with their utility, and then they just take the space immediately. It's incredibly well played. And you mentioned it, they've been playing very slow, just not only in this game, but in all of the maps. A complete change of pace. Nemiga aren't ready for it. They can't really get any kills on the bomb site. The crossfire crumbles in the blink of an eye. And that's Espionage up to double digits. The AWP barely got involved.
Yeah, really cool. Love that call coming through. And actually, this T-side calling has just been through and through really good. It feels like every round has felt very well designed. The responsiveness to Nemiga's setups has been great. They're running away with it. This has been a 5 in a row on this T side. Nemiga get to break ground on their defensive half.
I wonder if it's going to be just more of the same. Look, pace, up banana. Again, this utility. Allowing Iceberg to try and isolate fights potentially. Hasn't quite worked out this time, but top banana, it's claimed.
Well, Nemiga are going to fight back for it, so that's good. Bit of responsiveness, but could be an issue for them. Okay, smoke comes down. They don't have enough to keep fighting. I mean, they could, but... And they're just going to leave MistR posted up here with low HP just to lock down B. And look at the rotation it's caused. All this early presence. It's brought the AWP over. If Espionage timed this right, A is very weak.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to go now. It looks like as well that Quez is getting in position to the point where he could also be flashed by Lucky over the top. No, instead it just goes in towards short, but space is being taken and everyone vacates off of B bar Lear.
Oh, they fall back. That's so cool.
They might have heard it from MistR.
Yeah, I think so. Played the rotations to perfection. Nemiga don't know what's going on. Card is now going to come back.
I was going to say, neither do Espionage. The bomb was going up, back up towards A, and then it reset.
20 seconds. Smoke just got dropped. That's an issue. But it's just an AWP and a pistol here. Only so much multi-kill potential. Khan gets one through the smoke, and Xanta actually catches off the lurk.
No
the
way.
AWP is still here. He wants to walk through. Lucky's holding, and Lucky punishes. Bomb gets planted. Utility is there. Smoke still up, but is about to fade. And it's a difficult retake. There is a kit on Xanta, but no utility. Has to be dry, and Flamus waits for the peak to come through. Lucky would have to come up through for something special. They know where he is. The spray is beautiful, though. And Flamus's position is noted from that kill earlier. He has to flush Lucky out, and Lucky swings, and it is absolute poetry. What a hold from Lucky. 4 in the round and 11 on the board for Espionage.
I'll tell you what, though. That round should not have been as complicated as it was. Khan doing immaculately well. He gets 2 kills through the smoke over at B. Thrown into the 2-on-3. Lucky, might as well call it a 1-on-3 at that point. But there's no utility. The buy is just so rubbish. It's just saved weapons from Nemiga to the point where Lucky goes, okay, well, I can just sit here in quad. There's no utility. I can't even hear a flashbang. I'm completely fine. If they had an incendiary, that round is completely different. That round's Nemiga's. Instead, it's Espionage. They claim it. Sure, it comes at a little bit of a cost, but they've got money to burn. They haven't dropped a round. They're playing immaculately on this T side. 2 steps away now from greatness. 2 steps away from sending Nemiga to lowers.
And they're feeling so confident. Maybe a little too much. Khan was ready for that aggression. Guess that off to work. And Nemiga have taken banana control. They braved the utility. And it looks like finally they'll break through. 3 versus 5 for these remaining members.
This is a familiar tale on the B stream of Espionage trying to close the game early. By them just running at things. Sure, the aggression has worked early over at top banana, but top mid's a completely different story, especially when you've not actually thrown any utility there in the first place, and you're running through your opponents. Flashing towards B, trying to take the space, you're trying to cause a rotation here, which might end up happening. Instead, it's just a smoke out of lit. Currently, the only defender on this B bomb site. Khan will start to make his move, but the bomb's going to reset back to A. 3 defenders still lie in wait here.
Yeah, the hope here is that someone would peek in towards short and give Quez the kill. But because they have this player out towards long, that was just never going to happen because he was just spotting it. Now this player out long, Xanto is going to jiggle, get the info. And easy as you like it. Gets one, and he could just stay here. Okay, maybe he can't just stay here. Gets a little hot. The smoke comes through. And boom. Risky Bob with his second kill in style.
Yeah, there we go. Waking up just a little bit. Lucky, doesn't matter if he dies after time, but he won't. He'll hold on to his AK. And that round, it kind of felt like a bit of a gift for Nemiga. And Espionage are going to take a pause. They're going to take 30 seconds. They go, okay, that was a little bit silly. We should probably reset and go back to what works. We'll go back to our default spread. And also, a consideration is, Lucky is 17 and 5. Do we want him on an AWP? Do we put him on a sniper now? Do we get that element in? Yes.
Espionage know this one's in touching distance, and they know that his side has been absolutely dominant. Deep mid smoke being thrown there from Xanta. Looks like it.
That was unnecessary.
Yeah, no one like that.
I like that. So that they throw. The purpose of that deep nade is to kind of hide the nades. Oh. The purpose of the deep smoke is to hide the nades behind it. There we go. We'll get there. Now the scaling from Espionage in towards the apartments. Cabby just waiting for the molly to dissipate. Player in towards Boiler. And Flamus just leaves as Cabby takes the space.
Lucky setting up smoke. That one's deep, I believe, for Moto. Flash through. They're just going to scale through short. And apps pop. Oh. Pause for a second by the utility. They don't need to commit. They didn't overextend, but they definitely caused the reaction from Nemiga. They start to rotate a player towards Speedway. Iceberg begins to scale up. He spotted the player jumping. I think he just wants to put pressure on. They're trying to make Nemiga move.
You can still split this in towards B if you want, especially with that kill. You feel like the players long are just going to wait for rotate, so you're going to hear them running away. Yes, you are. Okay, so now you can potentially come back. Khan swings and drops the bomb of all things. Cabby now stuck, and Khan hits another. That's the bomb completely isolated.
What a fumble. You didn't need to split, especially with the bomb.
You could have just come back after the kills.
Yeah, exactly. You could even just come back and go, hey. I think particularly the issue there was Cabby just needed to get out. I know he felt like he could take that fight, but the reswing comes through. There was an opportunity for him to get out.
It's another one of these rounds in which Espionage, it feels like they're kind of looking at the cookbook and just pouring a lot of ingredients in unnecessarily and just hoping that it just still tastes really nice. Like, you've got the kill on B. If you want to split and you want to go through arches, like, fine, realistically, sure, but just go then. Don't just wander in pretty brazenly. Or if you want to end A, if you want to wrap, don't wrap from long, because it's not going to work, because you can hear the players rotate away anyway. And they're going to be considering archers. It just feels like they're trying way too much sometimes.
Yeah, you don't want chili in your cinnamon roll. I've been baking cinnamon rolls lately.
Okay.
Don't put chili in them. That'd be my tip. Apartments. Ooh, Risky Bob and Flamus. It's 1-for-1, but Mr. Slow. And traded. Great incendiary as well. Espionage. Felt like they were doing it all, and maybe they still can. Risky Bob being absolutely run down by utility, but he gets 2. A triple in the round. Over doubles his kills. And puts Lucky into the clutch again. 1 versus 2. Bomb planted. We saw him pull off a 1v3. Oh. Don't know if he intended to stop the plant there, and he almost gets both. But couldn't quite convert.
Definitely didn't intend to get off that bomb. It's like he cancelled the animation right at the last second, right as he was lifting it just to place it on the floor. That's prevented extra money. That means this buy is going to not be very good whatsoever. And now Nemiga, suddenly, Espionage were just 2 steps away. We said it. And now Nemiga are breathing down the back of their necks. Potentially going to force them onto an eco. Potentially going to make Espionage play against Series Point.
How did we get here? We are trying to force the issue and have met a brick wall. All players at A. So maybe there is a way through.
This is an Iceberg classic, to be fair. He knows how the solo player on B is going to play. Drops the smoke. Scares him off at the very least. Hoping for a reaction. That reaction is Lear rotating over as well. So Espionage now want to reset. They now want to head towards A. They've got a lot of utility here. There's a 3rd player going B.
Okay. This could definitely work. The AWP's not present, although he's going to start to come back. That smoke is well timed, but Quez is not going to respect it. Smoke comes through. Deep one going to be landing as well. All the utility. Espionage with seconds left, and Flamus unscathed in pit. Finds 3. No issues at all. The A defenders lock it down.
Oh, this money's interesting. It's like, because you can buy, but this is what the conversation is going to be. I'd go upgraded pistols here. I know it's a bit controversial, but I'd rather have more utility than not. I'd rather have the option for Lucky to be on the AWP if he wants it. That's everything floating through their mind, but no, they're going to go all in. They're going to be left wanting. You can see that MistR downgrades himself to a Galil. Cabby the same, so they can have all this utility. But they want to go now.
That's going to hurt if Espionage can't convert this map. 11-7, and they've just let it slip. And now the momentum is with Nemiga. What's the call? Been praising Espionage's T-side calling throughout this half. They had to fight back from 5-7. Did so convincingly with 6 in a row.
Oh.
Nice HE.
We haven't really just seen like a straight execute. We've seen like a pop, like through apps, coming through short with the burst through apps. But we haven't really seen like a true take on to B in quite a while. And that's where Espionage were getting a lot of their success. Now it's Xanta, who was clipped by that HE a little bit earlier. He's got friends. He's got support. There could be a counter flash being ready and set up, and there is. No one peeking at the moment, but it still gives all this space. Lear, oh, he baits it out perfectly. MistR's actually the one to deal the damage onto Iceberg, and a follow-up flash. Xanta is out of there, and the damage has been done.
I feel like they got afraid after they put the pace on, and they lost that first round, and they've gone back to these slower, creepy-based rounds where they just take their time with it, try and poke and prod, get a bit of space, but the proactive players from Nemiga have just been undoing them at every turn. Now you're forcing it in to the B-bomb site. Maybe there's a world. They're getting clean. That's the question. First kill's there. Leah's still backside, needs to be cleared, needs to be found, and Lucky can't quite get it done. Feel like that was his kill. Bomb gonna be not planted because his teammate falls and his covering fire is lost. Nemiga are the ones that find series point.
Unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. It doesn't feel like this should be happening. It feels like, honestly, the greatest enemy of Espionage right now are themselves. They had complete control of this game. They were in the driving seat throughout this T-half. And they have let it slip, and now they don't know what the answer is. They don't know what the recipe for success is. 3 SMGs. Surely this is pacey. Surely this is something faster. Something desperate needed to get into overtime.
It would be so typical if Espionage could finally find it here. The run round they need. And it's for OT instead of map point. Managed to cause the rotation to be. Khan has shown that he's very keen just to move around as required. Sub me out, coach. Xanta's going to be the one that now goes over towards A. Let's get his running shoes on, and he is going to put some pace in, get towards library. Or as we call it now, the tavern, I guess.
There's a gap. There's a slight gap in this smoke. Xanta spots one. And he deals with Cabby. Sees the bomb as well on the jump. And Flammus is also delaying with smokes. 38 seconds. They've got to make a move here, Espionage. And they're kind of being trapped. Quez alleviates a little bit of that pressure. But it's Xanta and Risky Bob in the pit, trying to do everything. Xanta's on 1 HP. Trying to swap out for Khan to take the contact. 20 seconds left. At least Espionage got a plant.
Yeah, they don't have the bomb. Okay, they've managed to pick it up and just about get on over. He was out towards long. They're so lucky to get away with it. Quez has to do it all from pit and can't get it done. MistR, such little HP. 5. 5 is what he's working with. Flashbang on over. Can't quite hit the shots. They're running him down. And in an unbelievable fashion, it's Nemiga that take the series as they win Inferno 13-11.
I'm gobsmacked. I'm absolutely gobsmacked that's just happened, because that felt like that should never have gone the way that it did. It really felt like Espionage had it. They let it slip. Nemiga played really well. I want to give credit to Nemiga because we'll talk...